a list of what I desired in my heart. You know, I love muscles on a man. I really do. I just prayed and I asked God, you know, what do you want from us? We wait so long, and you know, do you want us to fail?
It hurts me so deeply, but you are good.
So I feel like, you know, I've passed them, but now we just got to come back around that mountain and be introduced to one of them.
Continue.
Okay, so the type of guy that I'm looking for, I have my 5 S's.
You're on the third one, yes.
The third S is smart.
Stuck in reverse, and the tears come.
I learned a lot about what I want, actually, in a recent experience I had with somebody. I dated, I didn't really date them, but I just kind of gave them a chance, kind of talked to them. You know, they weren't really the type, you know, how I'm kind of picky. You know, I am picky. But I kind of went out the mold, went out the type, and just, I mean, it didn't work out, but I learned a lot about what I really want in a man, and I think I'm okay with that now.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
I had an episode that was kind of, you know, it was hard. He was moving too fast. He was being affectionate too fast, you know, and then he wanted to like shower me with so many gifts. And when I tried to tell him how independent I am, I needed space. I needed a little bit of time, you know, and it backfired. You know, he responded as if I didn't know what I was talking about. I don't understand when a good man comes along because I'm the type of person that likes to push people away. So that kind of bothered me. But the best part about it is that if I wasn't praying, if I wasn't still asking God to reveal things to me and let me see the true fruits of this man, I probably would have been caught up in that. So that was the key thing, is about continuing to keep praying so I don't give up hope. I don't give up on what's going on. All I'm doing now is seeing what God is showing me. And eventually I will get around that mountain. And sometimes you have to go through more experiences with different kind of guys to find that particular one. Because one thing, it could be something in me that I'm not completely delivered from.
In the Christian church, there are girls who, they want to get them a man. They don't want to be the one single and waiting, and you know, they want to get them a man.
Well, Sean and I met someone who got married really quickly, and we went out to dinner with them, and she said, yeah, I had to marry him and snatch him up. And we were looking at each other like, you really shouldn't have to snatch anybody up, because you know what's for you is for you. What God has for you is for you.
Girls in the church are vultures after the guys, and the guys are the ones that are really having to deal with a lot of the temptation, actually. Girls kind of throwing themselves at them.
I think we rush because we get impatient, we get lonely, we get to the point where we want to take control, and once we begin to relinquish control over to Christ, we become more at peace.
I'm not afraid to say I'm horny. I know if I wasn't saved, I'd be getting down, okay? But because I am, you know, I know where I should go, what I should do.
Have your boundaries taught. Set some boundaries beforehand, and that way you're able to prevent the fallout. You're able to prevent yourselves from messing up, from going too far, from crossing whatever lines that you've set for yourself.
The biggest thing for me, and I can only speak for me, and maybe you can agree, it's just that if you really have that love and passion for God, and you really have that true obedience, then that self-control and all of that can come into place.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
It actually becomes easier. You know, not to say that, you know, being a virgin all these years have been easy, but it's gotten easier once I let go of what Desiree wants right now and what this flesh wants right now.
When spoke about the women in the church, as far as they're going after the men so quickly. That shows you they're no different than the ladies that's in the secular world, because a lot of times we have the total package. We're the ones that lure the guys, you know, unless you got the ones that's just straight, you know, just they don't care. But a lot of times we are the ones that, you know, cause a lot of our issues.
Yeah.
And we have to really find a common ground and boundaries and limitations within our own selves.
It's so funny how a guy from a distance can seem like the perfect guy, but they have faults. You know, they have faults, and I believe that whoever, you know, God has set me up with, I'm meant to deal with all of his flaws and his imperfections.
People who are like having voids within themselves, they look for other people to fill their voids.
Right.
And so there's this like codependent dynamic going on where we're almost like leeching off of one another, and it becomes this unhealthy type of relationship, because guess what? Once they stop filling your void, what are you left with? When we have that perspective, when God is the center, when God is number one, we have a level playing field, and now we're both very healthy.
You got to make sure you know what you want.
Right.
You got to know yourself. You got to love yourself, and then you can love others.
It's got to be someone I'm attracted to physically, mentally, emotionally.
No person will ever fulfill you the way God can fulfill you.
Right.
Nobody will ever be enough to make you whole. You have to be whole within yourself through Christ.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
The list is done. We're just trusting in God and in ourselves to pick the right person. That's it.
I'm thankful for the guy that God has for me. Thank you. We're not taking advantage, but we're both giving the advantage to one another. I cannot wait for God to get the glory through our union. Thank you.
Lights will guide you home.
We're gonna find such fulfilling and godly and beautiful relationships because of what we have